can hear you. Yeah, also.
Okay, yeah, thank you for having here. Yeah, just wait a bit. And here's
Hamza,
Logan. Like, he's from your side, Logan?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Nice to meet you.
Yep, Logan's also with you.
Yes, nice to meet you also. Thank you for having here, both of you. So, hope that you're ready to start. If you're ready, then I can go for it.
Yeah, we really look forward for it. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. So, hey, beautiful people. First of all, I'd like to thank you, everyone, for having here. Special thanks goes to the Crypto Panda community for nice this in the session. And also, guys, today we'll discuss more about a great game. Here is Nabil and also Logan. So, could you please, first of all, say hi to our community and you can introduce yourself one by one.
Hey guys,
So,
it's really good
yeah.
to be here. Thank you for introducing us. Thank you, Austin. I am the CEO of DeFi Tankland. This is a new game, a new concept, and we're really excited to share it with you. With me here is our CTO, Logan Lee, and he's gonna be there to share with us some of the technicalities. Our idea is goes around having a very easy to interact with game where economic concepts are happening in meanwhile while people are enjoying their time and all that. And I'm just gonna get to it first. I'm just gonna introduce it. The whole concept is a massively multiplayer game where people use tanks, and these tanks are highly customizable. And throughout the game, as you advance, you keep having a stronger tank, which would translate to a lot of perks. And the idea here is that we can create a place where both players and investors can take advantage of each other's activities and monetize all that in one economic system that surrounds the token, the native token, which is DeFi Tankland token. I think I would prefer if we will go to Logan. He's gonna share his screen, maybe show us a demo, and then I'm gonna be explaining the concept as things show up on the screen. That's gonna be
Yes,
better.
definitely. So, Logan, could you please just first of all say a little bit about yourself? Already Nabil said, but could you share about your experience and you can share your screen?
Oh, sure. So it's very great to sharing our gaming to your community. Just a minute, please.
So we are pretty much an international team. I live in Morocco. He lives in Eastern Asia, and
yes, I can see.
we incorporated the company in 3 places.
Yeah. So this is our gaming.
So we're gonna go.
Yeah. So actually, this is the battle royale mode of gaming. So this is the main mode of our gaming. So as you can see, these are all our testers, and we were testing the playing that the team playing. So yeah, please check.
The login is the intro.
Okay, so as you can see, our gaming is a casual style, the tank multiplayer gaming. So the main game mechanics is the movement and aiming, shooting. Also, they can spell casting the spells to kill enemies. As you can see, each tanks have the flag. Yeah. So each flag means that they are one team in. So this is the team-based gaming. So
exactly. So pretty much the main mode would be a battle royale where teams are matched and you just have a kill count, and the performance takes into account a lot of advantages that you can take from your position in the map and the use of your spells. Spells are unique to each tank, and each tank is unique, and we're going to be introducing more tanks throughout pretty much the first 10 years. That's the roadmap, and then down the road it's going to just continue following market trends and all that. So it's going to be just always showing up in new looks and all that. So the core of the game will be changing maps, fighting with tanks, but like the specific things of each tank, they're going to be very customizable to each and every tank. And each tank is pretty much an NFT. In DeFi Tankland, we want to immortalize the work of the player and the efforts and the specific characteristics of each tank. And once they're in an NFT, they have a real use case within the game, and the game is just pretty much, we're building it to be a one metaverse where you can enter through the Windows, Mac and all that, or you can go through your mobile. And we're thinking about VR headsets soon and all that. So we're just gonna try to open as many portals as possible to it. The game in itself, we're really focusing on making it very user friendly on the front end, like the way you just participate. The game, the main mode would be Death Battle Royale, but then there are a lot of other modes and all that, and events that are going to be showing up and disappearing, in addition to multiple ways to customize your specific tanks and make them more powerful. What that power translates to money, to profits, but that's something I'm going to just get to it a little bit after, just explaining how why the game for us is very important, because we're trying to make it exciting to play. I mean, I remember there is an American comedian who said that, his name is Jerry Seinfeld. He said that people like football and American football and all that because it's very colorful and beautiful. And we're really focused on that part, like the cartoonish way of making the maps. And we're just going to focus on that even at the VR level. And once you experience it that way, you're still going to be experiencing a wholly new world, like a unique, colorful place. And it's we're trying to make it as enjoyable as possible. The spells are very interesting because it makes each tank, I mean, it's like Texas Hold'em, like no card is a winner or a loser. You just have tanks that have advantages and disadvantages, and if you're the right user, you can really capitalize big on them. Those NFTs, these tanks, like all the progress is immortalizing the NFT, so the NFT can be sold. It can be sold in any marketplace like OpenSea and all that, but we're going to have our own marketplace. Since we're not going to have only the NFT tanks, we have also the upgrade tanks and some other tanks that you get by joining something called the guild, which is a team within the game. Once you join those, you have more perks, more profits, basically. And the things that make this game very unique, pretty much in our opinion, is the economic side. As we said, we make it cartoonish, perfect in the 21st century standards, so that we can start from here. It's very, like the engine that runs the game from the visual part is something we can always keep in touch with the current world, the current market trends, the new generations of players and all that. So as you can see here in the screen, like there are multiple maps, and you have your own tank, and you can use all the abilities that you have in. But then if you can get back, Logan, or maybe just get us a page where it shows the guilds, because that's something very interesting within the game. Once you participate in these guilds, in these teams, or create one, you start getting you can produce potions that are used within the game to make your tanks and other tanks powerful. And these are also things that can easily be sold, since they translate to profit within the game. So the profit side, that's awesome. So the profit side would be you playing the whole time and then getting a weekly reward in DeFi Tankland token, DFTL. So as you can see here, it starts here in the tanks, and as you can see there, the reward, there is a timer, and that reward comes weekly, and it accumulates from multiple sources, including all the DFTL spent to mint new tanks, and the fees from selling tanks between each other. And also, as I said, the other NFTs, the potions, the upgradable items, the upgrading items, the items that would be used for upgrading the tanks and all that. These are all NFTs, all immortalized. We're using the power of having this ledger there that guarantees that this is fair and this is what the tank is worth, and it's just there. And that value would be translated to profit, because in the weekly as I said, every week there is a profit in DFTL plus a profit in an in-game currency called gold, and it's pretty much has a price in DFTL, and there is an in-game AMM, which means that you're just pretty much using the local currency gold and the DFTL, which is the global currency in the DeFi Techland ecosystem. And once you profit those, this is a yield, and since it's a yield, of course the tank will have a value based on that yield. And you can either play with your tank, or you can, as you can see in this page, you can lend your tank. And there is a big advantage for you to do that, because playing requires a lot of skills. We made the game in a way so that it's very strategic, and only the smartest, it's like a 21st century chess game, and but not as boring as chess, with all my respect. Like, chess is awesome, but yeah, I mean, we're using the 21st century. We have only 5 seconds, and people are not that patient anymore. So we're thinking this is the best way to put something that's as strategic as chess, and at the same time it can get to very exciting confrontations between players. So the idea here is that you can lend those tanks to others who are good players, and then they're gonna just upgrade them for you. And the more they're upgraded, the more they're expensive, the more they're valuable, the more money you can get from selling them or from using them yourself by playing with them. And this idea means that a lot of people who have nothing can easily participate in the ecosystem and add value to it by simply playing well. If you're a good player, you don't need any money to start in DeFi Techland. You can just jump in and use somebody's tank, and he's happy because you're upgrading his tank, and you're happy because you're getting the rewards of within the time you've been playing. So whatever rewards were made by that tank during the time you're playing, you get it. So I'm just trying to get to the things that keep them unique. So DeFi Techland by default is it's a DeFi oriented token. So it's using some elements that we just came up with pretty much recently in this space, and we're trying to use them, combine them, so that we can create a new phenomenon where we have a market that actually pushes itself to the upside, as long as value is being created. So we have that 3% tax, 1% of which would go directly to the players, another 1% would just go to maintaining the game, and another 1% would just add liquidity. It's going to be permanent liquidity there in the main DEX, where the most liquidity will be there, and liquidity is going to be locked in the DEX from the get-go. It's part of the launch. We're going to have the launch within the next 5 days. That's why we're doing this. We want to invite anyone who's watching. Please join us. This is very exciting, and we're really happy we're living in this time in history where we can take those ideas that people were just philosophizing about, like Karl Marx and Adam Smith and all that, and just take the best out of those ideas and put them in a system where money is programmed to do something, and your work is helping somebody else. It's not something, we don't need a third party to do that. It's just there, automated within the smart contracts. And we needed to wait a little bit for the technology to allow us to do that. That's why 2024 probably is the perfect time to do it. And it's really exciting. We want you to be around. We're going to explain further what's the details of the game. We have the website. It's just the name of the game.com, DeFiTechland.com. Just join us from there, find us, and you can follow this. This is going to be exciting, and participate. If you have no money, you can participate and play the game. If you have money, you can skip a lot of steps and be a whale in the system. And that means, as you know, in all fairness, those who participate with capital will always win big. This is kind of natural states of things in the free markets, but this ecosystem allows anybody to get on their feet, just start playing. If you're the Lionel Messi of this game, you're just gonna win big, and you're gonna have enough money to have your own tank, and then to have your own guild, your own pretty much team, and take all those specific perks so that you are on top of the leadership board and profiting week on week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The idea of taking that 1% that goes to the liquidity in the market that has the maximum, the majority liquidity, since this is set up from the get-go with the launch, that would just create an extra effect that's very amazing. This whole value that's happening within the game is just going to translate into creating this long-term perpetual bull market. I mean, these ideas came from watching the crypto market from very long time. Me and Logan are pretty much veterans in this space, even though we're young, and it's been a journey. We've been watching a lot of phenomena happens, and we just learn from that, and we're just adding those little details in all of it, from the game, from the details of the game to the details of the tokenomics surrounding it and the blockchain side. Because without a perfectly decentralized server around the world that nobody can hack, which is blockchain, yeah, I mean, most of these ideas would be awesome, they can work, but they're not going to be a long-term thing. But right now, what we're creating now is something that's going to survive probably thousands of years after our leaving. And this is really exciting to get started, and we want to invite all of you to join us. And Logan, if you have anything to add or anything, I'm sorry, I'm just drifted away a little bit.
No problem. Like you described the whole thing. So Logan, if you wanted to say something like their technological aspects and anything, like you can add it.
So we saw a lot of game in blockchain industry so far, and actually this is a new industry rising all the world. But the main problem in blockchain industry is the maybe they using the blockchain they don't using the blockchain to add incentive to gamers, but they using the game for the token utility. That's not good. So blockchain gaming is not for money. So actually this is for fun, and we should provide the high quality gaming to users. So that is the main point of this gaming. So in this DeFi Tangleland project, we aim to provide the main funny things to players. Also, we don't want the players to play this game for only money. So actually, in such as some games such as the Axie Infinite, they don't play. They work to earn money. That's not good. So yeah. So we set several limitations to playing this game. So players don't play for money, but they just playing for fun. So also the other problem in blockchain industry is they flooded with the NFT that have no intrinsic value. So there are a lot of NFTs in gaming, but most of them has no value. Yeah, that's the problem. People buy the NFT and playing the game and add their effort to NFT, but actually they get nothing because there are too many NFTs that have no value.
They get a laughing kitty or something.
Yeah. So we are trying to solve this problem by providing only valuable NFT to market. So actually, in our
I think we didn't capitalize yet on what's an NFT. There is a South Park episode recently about that, which shows that popular culture is really catching up. They see that NFT is something huge, but nobody's actually using them yet. I mean, recently I saw Binance saying, spend a day with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, maybe that's okay, but like we want something for the long term, something systematic. And I think we're breaking the mold in this one. We're just moving forward with the industry. We're trying to create something. And as Logan said, like, these are the problems. Like, they're either focused on money 100% or focused on, just fun, but you're not doing much. And like, we need to have that perfect balance, because I think we can get inspired from life, because life itself, the way it's interesting, it's because of that. It's because it has that fine limit between fun and the incentives and the financials and all that. And if we can do that and use these little small details in the code to make even the system, make it, put it in a way where it's gonna have higher chances of getting bullish with time and all that, with lock-in liquidity and all that. I mean, these are things that were like literally impossible. So just we do that, we make the game fun and the monetary system, but then we make that value, like, extract. We try to extract maximally from that value, because there is a lot to extract from that value. I mean, the problem with humanity, I think, is the fact that, Earth has so much resources. We should be all rich driving Ferraris, but the idea is that we're not distributing it well. Of course, there is a reason. Maybe some people don't want us to distribute it well, they want it in their pockets or something. But like we can fix that. We can fix that easily with this programmability of smart contracts and all that. And I think we're onto something here, and we're really excited to share it.
Yes, definitely. And also, I think this like a game where people you can enjoy, you can earn money. Nowadays, I think like people are looking for where they can earn actually. So yeah, you can join and you can play their game. Like I think if you play their game, you can like engage a lot of players all over the world. You can play with them, and also you can explore the diverse of landscape, customize the powerful tanks, and everything you just can do in this. So yeah, like as you mentioned, like you have your own NFTs and so forth. So I just want to know one thing, like how does your like DeFi Tank Land actually incorporate the concept of preserving player achievements as NFTs?
Okay, so the metadata that's in the NFT would pretty much interact with the game, and all the progress is being saved there. So if you have a tank that's been working for a long time, so now it means that it has it can achieve more in less time, which pretty much translates to more money, because there is a weekly reward, and there are rewards from the gold or from having potions, and all these abilities get affected directly by the ability of your tank. So a stronger tank translates like directly correlates with higher profitability, and the higher profitability means a higher yield. The higher yield means you can see it as kind of like an asset that prints money. So the idea is that once you progress with it, you have a stronger tank. You can sell it anywhere. You can give it, you can give the private key to somewhere if you want, or you can sell it in OpenSea or anywhere. And we're gonna have our own marketplace pretty much. So you don't need to do any of that. You can just do it through the site. But I'm saying, it's an asset. It doesn't need us to be traded. It has a value. It can be used. So it's gonna be, like those who are involved in any way in this metaverse, like they are ready to pay a certain price for it, since it has a yield. I mean, it's just economic incentives, simple economic incentives. I want to just go through this quickly, like the accessibility of the game. It's going to be very accessible. I mean, think about it as any other game. You're just going to need to log in once through some Web3 wallet, which is pretty much any wallet that lets you, use the internet via your wallet, via your blockchain wallet, and you just log in, sign up once, and then you use your username and password anywhere, in your mobile, in your laptop, in your with time we're trying to get to any possible console there is. As I said, we're going to just open all possible portals, and it's really not the difficult part, it's the easiest part. So we're just going to do that down the road. And other than that, you just enter, you play a normal game, but your effort is being immortalized. It's there, it's sellable, it's tradable, and it earns you money throughout the game. The game you get, as I said, like there is that 1% that comes from the trading of the token, which is guaranteed to happen, since, as we said, the majority of liquidity is there. For those who are economically oriented listening to this, they can easily picture this. I mean, if you have a higher price discovery happens in the highest liquidity. So if you have the higher liquidity somewhere, and then whatever happens next, even if the token starts getting traded somewhere else, they're going to be just arbitrageurs fixing it here and creating the same turnover. So pretty much you just guarantee a certain turnover that's going to just keep entering to the game. Then you have the tanks being sold, being minted and being sold. There is a fee on that. Then you have the potions being minted, being sold. You have because there are a lot of NFTs throughout the games, and some newer NFTs that are set to be launched, and they're going to be just always be created following like market trends, players trends and all that. Think of it like FIFA compared to football, like the way they're going to always make sure that the game is as perfect, adding VAR, like the idea is just making the game perfect. But the core of the game, all the effort is immortalized somewhere, just like how the ranking of FIFA immortalizes the team's effort and all that. So just think about it that way, but without third parties. FIFA is a third party. In our case, there is nothing. They're just smart contract that I can't touch, Logan can't touch, nobody can touch. They're deployed, they're out there, and you just do that and you interact with them. And this is gonna, since it has the right economic incentive, it's just gonna blossom into something big. It's gonna be kind of like what I see as utopia. This is gonna be the closest attempt by humanity to get to utopia, and this is gonna be this. It's gonna be DeFi Tankland. It's very exciting. I really want you all, whoever's watching this, to join us. We're gonna try to be nice to you, and you know.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, thank you. So I think anyone can play this game. Like they're very user friendly. Anyone can play. Anyone can join. So as you mentioned, like the professional player, they can like jump into one step another step. But is there any guideline for the newbies? Definitely, like who'll join newly in your game, and also where they can get your game actually, like where can they download it?
Mm-hmm. So actually, we're providing the guiding in our documentation. So you can find the guiding documentation in our website. The domain that is the docs.defitankland.com. We provided that all guide. So in this design, in this gaming design, we aiming through easy accessible playing and the balanced playing. So it is true playing the game because you just need to open our gaming website and just open one click. So post we providing the gaming in WebGL platform that a user can play gaming in our browser, web browser. So it is for users to play game.
Yeah. So, you know, pretty much like the browser right now, you know, this is the way, because we're going to have an alpha, you know, a beta phase, right? We're going to just do it in the next 5 days, whoever wants to participate. We're going to just create some incentives for it, you know, to participate, to get used to the game and all that. And you can do that through the Windows browser, MacBook browser, you know, any browser, any WebGL browser. And but the idea is that we want to make it, you know, accessible through mobiles, through like you know, like you can have a desktop. We might create desktop app depending on the demand and all that, but it's going to be any possible portal. So the way to enter it would be like the least of the gamer's problem. The second way would be learning how to play, which is very straightforward. Just use, you know, like simple, I mean, anyone who ever played the game would see like it just kind of like shooting, throwing your spells, and then moving around and all that. And anyways, you can start with playing against AI. It can also earn you points, help you progress the tank and all that. So you're not really standing still. You're making progress, but you're making it a bit slower until you get the feel of the game. And I think those who are, I mean, I think it's kind of like a skill, like playing video games. I've been playing video games for a long time, and I think it's a, you know, like a skill. I'm not that good at it. I'm okay, you know, but you know, I know a lot of people are just, you know, God. So those players, you know, like I think they're gonna be treated as royalty. Think of Patrick Mahomes. You know, they're gonna be treated as the good players that they are. The you know, the like medium players are gonna be okay as well, have an earning. I mean, I'm thinking about it like an economy where you're gonna have the highest paid and then the lowest paid, but the lowest paid are gonna be fine too, because our standards are not gonna be standards set by some government somewhere. It's gonna be just the free markets, and it's building on top of each other, since we have these systems of locking liquidity and immortalizing efforts into NFTs and all that. This is going to be creating value on top of value, and this value is going to translate. You know, if anyone, you know, like familiar with economics, they can understand how wealth is created, and this is how wealth is created. Like we have the industry of you know, luxury cards, and somebody at some point started the first luxury card. This is a new industry. DeFi Tankland is the whole industry, but it has a lot of elements here and there where people can profit, and the players, good, medium, the best, they're gonna all profit well. But we're gonna have some very, very, you know, record-breaking, you know, profits, I'm pretty sure, for some good players. And as I said, it's gonna translate. The system is very balanced in a way, so that the, you know, like the profits are always being created. There is value being created, then it's being translated into money that's being paid to the right places. It's, as I said, you know, like the closest attempt to get to a utopia. If Logan has anything to say, to add.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for these actually. So people come to their community, can check out their website, and also if you have any more questions and queries, just go to their other social media link. And also, Nabil, I can see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, like I can see your token utility staking. Like your tokens can be staked within your Gale software. So could you share more like a staking procedure, and also if people hold it for the long term, how much profit they will get, and also like you can share the holding benefits.
Okay. So
I'm sorry,
about
Austin.
the
I
staking.
didn't catch most of that. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah. I
Logan take care
said
of it.
like
I didn't
yeah,
hear it,
like
so.
I said, your staking procedure I can see in your like website as a token utility. People can just stake. So could you share the staking procedure and also the holding benefits? Like if people hold it for the long term, could you share some insights about this?
Oh, that's awesome. So okay, so I'll take care of that. So it's a limited supply. That's the starter, of course, because I don't know, like I mean, for crypto people that's normal, but for people coming from fiat currency and all that, that's why your work, your hard efforts is not being translated into that currency because it's being printed out into oblivion. So, anyways, it's a limited supply and it has this lock-in of liquidity part. And since a big chunk of that liquidity is going to be by default from the launch is going to be in the DEX, that means like it's guaranteed mathematically. That's a big chunk of liquidity, like and it's designed to be over half very soon. Over half of the liquidity will be just inside the dexes, and that creates a form of pegging. Think about the petrodollar. Think about how the dollar against the petrol against oil and how they're pegged, since you can't really sell that without this one. So there is always, that whenever you have a barrel of oil, you have some dollar waiting for you, or the opposite. Whenever you have a piece of dollar, you have a barrel of oil waiting for it. So you can think about it the same way, because that's the effect that's going to happen. This is, I don't know, just getting a bit economic. So I'm just going to get back to it. But the idea is that you have this limited supply with this system in place, with this value being created and all that demand, because you need DeFi Techland to mint all of it, from the NFTs, from the upgrades, from all that. You need DeFi Techland. You can stake your DeFi Techland in guilds and earn a big interest, and it's going to be a very exciting interest. That interest, pretty much you're making DeFi Techland more scarce while doing that and saving it for the long term, and you're getting paid for that reward from like from within the DeFi Techland system. And this creates this opportunity to invest in DeFi Techland. But as I said, even holding it, you don't need to invest it at all. All this value is going to translate to it. The whole point of having DeFi Techland is pretty much translating that value to it, doing the opposite of what today's society are doing. Like we're all doing efforts fighting for dollars, but then those dollars are not translating any of what we're doing. And just like the NFTs are immortalizing the efforts and the productivity of that tank, so is the token. The token is translating the value of the whole ecosystem, and it's just probably it's going to be one of the best investments in history. So yeah, Logan has anything to add?
Oh, yeah. So regarding this staking features, as you know, the staking is important features that through making the ecosystem to stable. So yeah, staking is important. But the problem is that staking, so when users staking the tokens, then they wanna reward maybe. So this reward come from the maybe in other protocols, they come from nothing. Nothing generates the values, and they provide they supply the tokens to users, then it ruins the all systems. Also, to making the stability of these staking features, there are balancing for APY. So annual API should be high, but if it's too high, then maybe it ruins the whole system. So that's a problem. So in DeFi Techland, we are going to solving this problem by making connection between gamers and stakers. So the stakers help the gamers action by staking to guild. So as you can see, each guild has a limitation for staking amount. Yeah. So based on the guild, the gamers that are in the guild, growing their guild. So based on their guild level, they have a limitation for staking, and this is the user stakers can stake their guild. So by staking DFDL tokens to that guild, it increased the guild productivity. So actually we introduced a new concept, guild productivity. Guild productivity means that when user playing the game in this guild, then they produce an energy portion. So this is one of the important assets in DeFi Tankland, that they can recover the energy while they play. Yeah. So we will introduce it later, but so the stakers help the gamers by staking this guild, and also gamers helping the stakers by providing the staking capacity. So this connection makes the whole system growing and stability. So this is our
So yeah, in the simplest, in the simplest possible words, they're pretty much adding value, creating value, earning something from it, and then that real value. There is nothing being printed out of thin air. Nothing. It's just it adds by investing in the yield. You're making the guild stronger. You're getting the energy potions, which are a very integral part of the game, and that translates to more profits that are then pays you more. And there is a clear connection that keeps it just balanced. So yeah.
Oh yes, thank you, Hope, for the best. And also, guys, yeah, can you hear me?
Austin, yeah.
Okay, yes, thank you. So could you share some of your future development plan? Like, is there any upgradation we can expect in 2024? Like anything else?
So regarding the technical side,
as I said.
Okay, Logan, go ahead. You first up, and maybe you can take. Yeah, Logan, go ahead.
Yeah. So in technical side, we are going to first we needed to adjust all balancing of the gaming. So it is the main focusing of this year planning. So also we are going to launch the mobile gaming, so more user can access to this gaming. So, and we are going to we are having a plan that launching the land DeFi Tankland. As you can see, this is the DeFi Tankland. So we are going to building the wool be tables, and each there will be the land and maybe the better land and something. But this is not a coming upgrade. So we should making the gaming post fun. Then we extend this. Actually, I'm a crazy player of Dota, that the World, as you know, the World of Warcraft. So I love this game a lot, but maybe the problem is that this is too complex. Yeah, this is too complex for players who don't play game a lot. So it is fun, but it is so complex. So we decided this game in DeFi Tankland to easy accessible, never complex. This is simple, but it requires the skill to win in battle and something. So yeah, this is our main point of this year plan.
Internet.
Yes, I think like people can learn by playing, and also they can upgrade their skill by playing more and more. So this is going to be suggestion. People like just play their game and also acquire more skill. So yeah, Nabil, could you share something about your plan, like 2024 and also 2025 after that?
Nabil, can you hear most of that? Can you repeat that last one? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I said, like, could you share your future plan? I think already Logan touched a bit, but could you share more about your plan and programs for 2024-5?
So pretty much, if I'm gonna put them in sections, so we have the portal part, like how to access it. So we're gonna have the phone, like mobiles, and try to get to any consoles as possible. The VR and mobile, of course, are like integral. We want that experience of VR. I think it's gonna be. It has a lot of unique, fun ways to experience it. In terms of the tanks, the kind of tanks. I mean, there are gonna be a lot of additions, a lot of unique ones. there are a lot of possibilities. As I said, it's designed in a way, even though it's simple from the use case and all that, it's very deep. It's simple and very, very deep in terms of how to, like the way we can customize it. So we're going to have multiple new tanks down the road, like ways to upgrade them, very unique NFTs that you're just going to meet here and there, just exclusive ones in here and there. So these are things that are just going to be like down with it. Very like multiple maps, I think that the maps are something, that very, they're gonna, each map is gonna try to get a specific way of, like to like make some kind of tanks better than others. It's gonna be just something that we're gonna just be laying out with time. I think in terms of the core concept, it's going to stay the same because of economic reasons, because value needs to be, accumulated and all that. So just going to be the same concept. NFTs immortalize the efforts and the work and the investment opportunity. And we have the staking yields as the screen shows right there, APYs that people can get from the DeFi Tank Land. And then we have the DeFi Tank Land itself accumulating value from all this economic activity, which is not actually happening. It's happening just organically by players doing their things and investors doing their things and tank owners and guild owners. And guilds are something that where the players can actually communicate with each other. They can sell their share in the guild if they, as the guild progress, because each element in the game has its own value and it's being immortalized. So you can always sell out at any moment and sell your share, including selling your share in the guild and giving those benefits to somebody else. So it just keeps going like that. I think that this is the future of real estate. I think that your real estate is worth something probably because it's in a good boulevard or something, it's close to business, it has a certain yield, it's an indirect yield, but it has a yield, and that yield is the reason that real estate is worth something. That concept is going to be all over the place in DeFi Tank Land. It's immortalized. It's actually more, recently there was an earthquake here in Morocco and a lot of buildings were just gone. So that's not going to happen here. Like none of those typical things can ever happen. This cannot be hacked. This is not a server. You can't burn it. It's a decentralized network. It can't be stopped. And the elements, the economic elements are all in the blockchain. The engine, it can run around it, but it's fine as long as all that efforts, all that achievements and all that is being immortalized on a decentralized manner. And that's that.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Got it. So, just one more question from my side. Like, could you share what is your marketing strategies right now to attract more people, the new people, and also, is there any rewarding procedure, like any airdrop events or any rewarding events is ongoing, and also what kind of activities you have taken to attract more people actually?
Yeah, we're gonna have all of what you said. Literally, we want to invite everyone to our, we're gonna be using more Telegram. We've been using Discord, but I think Telegram, sometimes simpler and deep, just kind of like the game, how the game is itself. So we like simple and deep, so we can have deep conversation there, show everything, show all those small airdrops and all that each and every few days. For our marketing, we have a really unbelievable team. We have an amazing CMO, and I think, overall, we're just gonna try. Our attempt. I don't know. It sounds realistic. Somebody recently told me that I shouldn't be saying these kind of things, but I'm still gonna say them. We're really trying to reach probably the whole world in this year. Why not? Because this beast is gonna just be feeding itself. So we're gonna start. We're already, we're in a good place. We have the game fully live. We have we're ready for it. Just to clarify something for anybody who might invest in our final sale, which we're going to have in the next few days. We had only these two sales, the one just last week, and it raised around $100,000 or something, and that's going to be used to bootstrap the next one so that we can have the best, it's all, the best, price discovery from the get-go. It's all, you know, fully fair, fully KYC. Our company is there, and we are like in our with our faces and with our information and all that, because we believe, you know, I mean, we see that this industry, I mean, this is kind of like the gold rush. I mean, the first times where, you know, everybody was trying to get into gold and all that, but not everybody knows what they're doing. I mean, we know what we're doing, so we went through the, you know, clear picture. We want to show everybody what we're doing, and it's gonna happen just in front of everybody. And in 5 days, we're gonna just end the wholesale process, and there is no like external funding, you know, VC or anything. There was us, young people who've been around for enough time to see what this industry needs, and we just did it. Logan is very, you know, modest, but he's a rock star, you know, from the technical side. And we've been doing like this whole division of labor thing so that we can make sure this is as perfect as it can get. And the price discovery is going to be happening fairly in front of everybody. It's a fair launch, and once we're there, you know, sky is the limit. And 2024 is a long time, you know, in the crypto world, and we were talking about a system that's actually creating value out of existing value. So, you know, yeah, the plan and marketing wise, I mean, to get there, of course, as you know, marketing requires, you know, monetary resources and the human resources and all that. And I think we're ready perfectly for that. But, you know, as I said, like the results will, you know, depend probably from this sale. I mean, if this sale is bigger, that means, you know, higher chances of getting in that 2024. But if it's not 2024, 2025, everybody's going to hear about this thing, because this is how we want to, I mean, I think this is the perfect package to get the world to embrace blockchain, you know, like just play a game in a nice engine with nice colors and feel well about the world. And then this is the future of job making. I think that in the future, these are going to be the best jobs, you know, being the best, you know, video game player. But which video game? I think the one engineered from the get-go to be a place where jobs are being created and opportunities are being created, I think that's the one that might win that race. And I bet that's us. That's DeFi Techland.
Okay, yeah, thank you. And also one more thing, could you share how do you generate your revenue income? Actually, like, yeah, like you can share like where you are getting funds, and also how can you generate your revenue?
So as we said, you know, like there was it just publicly in, you know, 5 days, we're just going to end the sale. Right now there is no open sale, but we opened the first one, and then we're going to open, this one is going to open in 5 days. There is for funding, I mean, what do you mean? I mean, that's the whole funding. I mean, this half of it or something, it's going to be already in the liquidity, like straight away. The other, it's distributed. I mean, you can go to defitechland.com, go to the docs and see how it's distributed perfectly. It's all, you know, like public. So for the profitability, so we have the minting of all these things, the selling and buying of all these things, and to participate in it, you need DeFi Techland, so the new demand that can come from anywhere at any moment. Then we have this lock-in of liquidity mechanism that keeps, you know, leaving more value there to be used from the next buyer, which creates a push to the upside, not the downside, for the asset itself. And then we have the 1% that goes to development and all that. So that just will make sure, in terms of marketing, as we said, in terms of the development and the portals and all that, all being taken care of, all being, you know, like following market trends and all that. So that we're always in touch with the outside world. And the 1% that pays the players and all that. So actually the biggest profits comes from being part of the game, either as a player or owning tanks and all that. And you know, you can bet your sweet ass we'll be doing that as well. We'll be like, you know, participating in the game as well. We need to participate in it. We think that, you know, like being early in the game means that, you know, we have an advantage. That's, I mean, I like playing games and I also like investing in things, and I can do both in this. So I'm just going to be doing this myself. Logan is going to be doing it in his time. So pretty much we are participants, and as well we are the, you know, like just taking care of the team. As I said, the parts that we're taking care of are not part of the decentralized core of the game, the one that matters, the one that shouldn't be, you know, corrupted or anything. all what we're doing is just making sure the facades and all that stay user friendly at all times, since people change, and so we need people at the helm of it to make sure that we're following trends correctly and all that. While the bot, the robot, the AI does its thing, and it's just decentralized, and it cannot be hacked, cannot be altered, cannot be stopped. And that's that.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Nabil and Logan, for having here. I can see we have 10 minutes in hand, so I think we covered everything like your plan, programmation, and also the user utilities benefit. So we have to wrap this session right now. But before this, if you think like any important part, like we missed previously, so you can share, or like any important news you can share with us before wrapping this session. Then, is there any closing statement or advice right now?
Logan? Logan, do you have anything to say?
I think we explained all points to you.
Yeah, I think Logan's like to just typing
Yeah.
and also doing some kind of technological aspect. Don't love like to talk too much. So yeah, you can share like if you have anything else.
So yeah, so I just want to say to everyone watching, please join us. We're trying to, like do something that's gonna have a very high appeal in today's society. It has every reason to be that. The gaming part is gonna be fun, enjoyable, strategic, but not overly complex, just deep. And you can play it if you don't want to spend anything on this, any money. You can just play it and earn from it, because you're adding value by playing. You can invest in it. You can either mint a tank and let people play with it, or buy them and progress them, or buy them and get their yield, or invest in a guild, invest in a staking pool inside the game, or invest in just a token. And maybe you don't have time for that, but you see the power of the system, so you would invest in the token and just wait for it to blossom and grow. There are a lot of unique elements in this game that I've never seen before. And not that it's a competition, because we're all in crypto space. We just want the same goal. If somebody created this, me and Logan would be the first there, investing in it or playing it, because at the end, that's what we did with the project that were there before us. And I think we just add into that one patchwork where that's the only way out for me. I think that for humanity, that's the only way out of a lot of debts that we are in. There is this guy called Max Kaiser, and he said very interesting ideas once. He said that cryptocurrency is the way to get out of the global debt that all nations have. Banks owe, like, we need to give money to banks, pretty much money that they never had, but we need to give it back. So the idea is that in order to give it back, you need to have some asset or some industry where value is being created. The market cap is increasing, and not only to 1 trillion. I mean, 1 trillion should be like just a minimum. And that's the goal. The goal is this DeFi Tankland. We want this DeFi Tankland token to absorb all that value and become the asset that would transcend, be more than the $250 trillion that currently humanity owes. And once we get there, we can pretty much pay back those who want us to give them money and just be free and happy, which is a very good perspective for the human race. But let's not jump over our guns and all that, step by step. But it starts like that. It starts by knowing that mathematically this thing can actually do it, because I can't say the same about any other system. If it's not decentralized as a starter, if it's not decentralized, how can I trust that your grandson is going to be as nice as you? So it doesn't work. But in our case, it's just decentralized, nobody there. It's an amoral system. It's moral, of course, but it's not. It's not. It doesn't care about that. It just does its thing, and that's good. That's what we need. We need to not have a third party in order to move forward. So I'm sorry, maybe I drifted too far.
Okay, no problem. That's why you're here. Like,
go very. I think it's all interconnected. I think doing it here at the level is our goal. If it's not our goal, it's meaningless. And Logan, at the whole, we're not doing the time thing. And this is not. This is the opposite. This is is gonna be exciting, and I'm really asking everyone watching to join. They're wrong. Maybe something that can change lives.
Yeah, thank you, Nabil, for describing everything, and also thank you, Logan, for having here. And definitely, I really like their nice little tank, the colorful tank. Definitely, I'd like to fight with this actually, and also people, I would invite to go to their community and check out, play their game if possible. You can invite your friends and family. So yes, that's all of like our today presentation. Thank you, Nabil, and thank you, Logan, for having here. And best of luck to your project for the future. Just keep building. And definitely, I think people would love to play your game. Like as I said, I already loved your nice little tank. Those are very colorful, definitely. So thank you once again, guys.
Gracious, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.